Good morning. It is Thursday, March 22nd. I'm Kenny Choi.
And I'm Michelle Griego. As the storm rolls through, high-def Doppler is lit up and we have live team coverage. KPIX 5's and Makovec is monitoring conditions in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and Jessica Flores is in the North Bay where many are bracing for potential flooding. But first, Neda Iranpour in the Weather Center tracking this storm.
Yeah, anytime we get this much rain overnight and early in the morning hours, we can definitely expect to see a lot of ponding on the roads, some flooding issues already happening out there. So let's zoom into some of these spots because a flood advisory has just been reissued for parts of the North Bay. But I do want to show you what's happening. So throughout Mill Valley, San Rafael area, this is all now under a flood advisory a warning out there because of the amount of rain that's been coming through. About a half inch of rain per hour in some spots up to 3/4 of an inch of rain through Sausalito, Tiburon, all included in that. Now downtown San Francisco getting some pretty strong rain as well. All of that just moved off the coast right into downtown. And then further south in the Santa Cruz Mountains, we're been seeing steady rainfall there. Los Gatos, San Jose, a little bit lighter. East of Milpitas and Fremont, this stronger cell has now moved off of you. And then through San Ramon, San Leandro, look at this, Orinda, all of this area still facing heavy rainfall. It's not just wet out there, but it's also windy. I want to zoom into some of the North Bay because this is where that flood advisory has been issued. And look at these areas in the reds, about 3/4 of an inch of rain coming down per hour. So through Enchanted Hills, through places like Yountville, Eldridge as well. And now we're going to check on those current conditions in Napa County. Jessica Flores is live there now where that flood advisory literally just got reissued and is extended now till 9 a.m. Jessica.
Neda, that's right. That flood advisory for eastern Sonoma County here in Napa and Marin counties. And this is an area that was really obviously hit hard by the wildfires and where folks have been bracing for months now for potentially any mudslides, any toxic debris and flooding. So there have been months of preparation for any type of storm like this. But right now what we're going to be dealing with is a ponding, a little flooding on the roadways. And that's what folks need to really be concerned about. Now over in Santa Rosa, there have been clearing lots. About 83% of lots are cleared there, and some folks even gearing up to sell their lots. But fire officials there are reminding homeowners that they need to continue to maintain their lots, and fire officials are still concerned about possibly some toxic runoff and flooding, debris flow, and mudslides over there.
So regardless of whether or not somebody chooses to rebuild right now or they choose to put the property up on the market, they still have to maintain the measures on the properties to ensure that the property is going to be stabilized and not lead to a bigger issue.
And right now, again, a flood advisory in effect for Napa, eastern Sonoma, and Marin counties. And right now, just a light drizzle at the moment in Napa where I am. This is the Silverado resort community that was burned. Dozens of homes here burned down in the wildfires. So right now, just a light drizzle, but I can tell you that on and off for the past 2 hours or so, I've seen heavy, strong winds, heavy rain. So wind speeds up to 45 miles per hour. Even though right now we're just seeing a light drizzle, we do expect to see a stronger rain and again some of that flooding in the roadway. So be careful if you're driving, if you see any ponding, and if you do see any debris flow or mudslides, you're urged to call authorities right away. Reporting live here in Napa, I'm Jessica Flores, KPIX 5.
All right, Jessica, thank you for that update. Time now at 6:34. It's definitely a wet commute on the roads.
Oh, yeah. Jacqueline is tracking what drivers can expect. What's going on in the North Bay?
Well, the biggest challenge for drivers this morning is to avoid hydroplaning because that's the cause of many of these accidents that we've been tracking. A new crash along 101 heading through Santa Rosa. This is right near College Avenue. It's no longer blocking any lanes. You can see speeds went back down into the green, but we are still seeing lots of water, standing water in the roadways there. Here's a live look at your ride across the Golden Gate Bridge. We do have a wind advisory in place for drivers making their way across the span. Those headlights making their way into San Francisco. And the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, it's a full house. So we've got your drive time in the red, 27-minute ride from the maze into San Francisco. And in San Francisco, we're tracking this accident along southbound 280. This is right near Ocean Avenue, and it's reported to be blocking one lane. So just as you pass Alamany, that's when you'll start tapping those brake. Speeds drop below 25 miles per hour. Do expect delays heading into Daly City. That is Check Your Traffic. Michelle.
Jacqueline, thank you. Rain is also pounding the South Bay this morning, and that's where KPIX 5's Ann Makovec is in the Santa Cruz Mountains to show us the conditions there. Hey, Ann.
Yeah, it is nasty, and it has been coming down steady all morning long. So the problem for a lot of commuters this morning is just what Jacqueline said. A lot of water on the roadway. You can see Highway 17 here behind me. I'm at the summit. Traffic starting to move a little more slowly now, which is probably good news. The traffic you're looking at right now going northbound, a lot of them commuting to Silicon Valley, and you just come upon these huge puddles in the roadway and you just smack them. That is where you end up with the risk of hydroplaning. I had a couple of incidents of that on my way from San Francisco to San Jose, so we have been through all of it. By the time it's all said and done here in the Santa Cruz Mountains, we are expecting 5 inches. Neda upped that stat about a half an hour ago. Originally it was 4 inches that we were expecting, but we've already gotten well over 2 inches. And again, as you can see, it just keeps on coming down. We have a couple of flood advisories to the south in the Monterey area. Nothing like that here, but the real concern in the Santa Cruz Mountains is the possibility of rock and mudslides. We saw some of that last winter when we'd had months and months of rain, and that can be really dangerous, especially when you're talking about a roadway like Highway 17 here behind me. The mountains button right up against the roadway, and at that point, you know, you can cause some very serious accidents when it comes sliding down. As for me, I'm absolutely soaked. I don't have a dry layer left. We're down to the skin here, folks, but we're going to keep you posted throughout the morning live at the Santa Cruz Mountain Summit. Back to you guys.
We somehow have to get some towels out to Ann Makovec very soon.
Awesome.
All right, let's take a live look at our Sierra at Tahoe camera. All that rain here in the Bay Area means snow in the mountains. The latest report showing 13 inches have already come down across the ridge tops, and Neda says that the Sierra could get 2 more feet of snow in some areas, with some higher elevations reaching 4 feet. Winter storm warning is in effect right now until 5 a.m. Friday.
I'm never going to complain I'm cold in the studio again. Be sure to stay with yeah, I might not hold to it. You stay with us throughout the morning. Our coverage continues ahead with evacuations underway in Southern California, and you can also track this storm on CBSSF.com.